Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Kwame here. Thank you for checking out today's video. I hope you find it exciting. I hope your day is going well. Hope your week's going well. As the title suggests, today we're going to talk about panoramic images and how I create them in Lightroom. Now it's pretty easy to do, so that won't take long, but I do want to talk about before you merge them, you have to take pictures. And the way I like to do it, I prefer to shoot vertical images and try to overlay them by at least 20%. And in reality, the more that you have overlaid from one picture to the next, the more information that Lightroom or any other app that you use will have to merge that data. Now you can merge horizontal pictures, so we have these four here that you can merge, so that's not a problem, but I always feel like you get the most data when you do vertical pictures. The other thing I would suggest is when you're taking pictures, always have like a start and end picture. So if we look at these four pictures here, this is the four pictures I'm going to merge into a panoramic, and it's pretty easy to see here because they're the only four pictures that kind of look alike. But if I'm out and I'm shooting a lot of panoramics, I will put an image before and an image after of something where I know it's a distinct break. So typically I will shoot a picture of my hand, like the back of my hand, as for the first picture, and then I'll shoot my series of panoramic images, and then I'll shoot the ground. And that way I know my hand is the first picture, the ground is the last picture, and the pictures in between are the pictures that are going to be merged together for a panoramic. And you could see, like on this picture here, I have 13 images. So if you're shooting a bunch of these, you can get lost into knowing how many images that you need to stitch together. So once you're back and you loaded them into Lightroom, now I'm using Lightroom CC, so there's a couple things that I would do. Because I shoot in RAW, I could edit these pictures before I stitch them together, but what's nice with Lightroom is it creates a DNG and it keeps the RAW file, so like the raw information. So I will usually just stitch them together first and then edit it. Now, if you're using Lightroom Classic, you could edit one of the pictures because they are pretty much the same picture, like in the same location. You could then take the picture you edited and apply that same edit to the remaining pictures and then merge them. But typically, I just do my editing after merging. So what we're going to do here, let's start with this one. So we're going to take the first image, hold down Shift, and select the last image that I want. So then you'll right click, come down here to merge photo, and you can see you can have the panoramic merge, the HDR merge, or HDR panoramic merge. This would be the HDR merge is if you have 3 or 5 pictures and they're exposed at different levels. You could merge them together to get the most tone, the most dynamic range out of that scene. Then you could do that also with the HDR panoramic, so you could have an HDR panoramic and then merge them all together. We're not doing any of that, we're just doing the regular merge. Now the other way to do it is you can see the shortcut here, and that would be the Control M, and that would merge the pictures together that way. So we're going to open this up, it's gathering data. Now again, I'm using Lightroom CC. Typically I would be using Lightroom Classic, but Lightroom CC runs better on the computer here, and you can see it's getting all the information it needs from all the pictures and then refining the preview, and there you go. Now there's a couple things you can do here. So you have these 3 different options, spherical, cylinder, and perspective. If you can kind of play around and see which one looks best. So that's what perspective looks like. This is what this one looks like. And then you can see what this one looks like. Personally, I kind of like the perspective one just because I'm looking at the horizon line, and then the other two, the horizon line kind of bumps out And so I like that it's more flat in this picture. So there's also here boundary warp, and this will help kind of stretch the picture out and fill it in. I don't ever use this, and I never use this. I never use fill edges, but it will try to use the Adobe Sensei, I think it's called, and it's just using machine learning to fill the edges. And actually, not gonna lie, it looks pretty good. Yeah, I think we'll actually go with this. And then there's also apply auto settings. Now I'm not gonna do that, but it would apply the settings that it thinks it would need. So we're gonna hit merge, and we're gonna let that run. Now after you hit merge, you can see up here how long it's gonna take to merge the picture. I'm not gonna have you wait for this. I will bring it back up once it's done merging. So it just finished, and it will kick you out into a new just now imported picture group here. If you click up here, you can come back, and then if you jump it back into January, at least that's where my pictures are, come back down, and now you have your image. So now that it's done, you can see here it stacked all the pictures together, and it shows 14 image, the little number 14. It shows all the images that were used to put it together plus the one that it's showing. So now you can see this is the finished panoramic straight out of Lightroom, like just before we do any editing. And it's super detailed, you guys. This is just one-to-one, right? So you can really get in there and see like a ton of detail. So if we come in here and we do some edits, let's I like to come down here first, do my optics. That changes anything? Nope. And then come down here and do auto and see what the auto will do. So this is what it looks like auto. I am actually gonna come up here, change the profile to Adobe Landscape. So these are profiles that they're not like a filter. I don't know how to explain it, but it's not like a filter or anything like that. It's Adobe's profiles of their pictures. The other thing I want to do is change the white balance, and I'm probably gonna make this a little cooler. And I'm looking at the mountains back here. You know, it was like the sun was coming in, but this looks more like a painting. I don't like the way that light is coming in, but I'm gonna change it like this. The other way you could do this is you could zoom in and you could use the eyedropper, but then everything looks way too blue. So we're gonna undo that, and I like this here. Now one thing I'm going to do is close all these, and I'm going to open up the brush tool here, and I'm going to put a new brush down. I'm going to kind of bring out some of the darker patches in the grass here again, just to add some contrast to this image. So I'm going to come up here, and I'm using the scroll wheel on my mouse to control the size of the brush. And yeah, let's do this size. I hit O to bring up the mask. There we go. And I'm just gonna paint in. And so where I'm painting here, we'll be able to adjust just that area. I want to come down here also, and here, and hit O again, and there, remove that. Come up over on the side, and I will tone down, bring down the exposure. And I'm just doing that again to add detail to the image. Now if I hit O till I bring that back up, now I can kind of start doing that in these other places too. So where there's like a darker spot, I am going to paint in, and that's actually a little too sloppy. Make it like this. I'm just gonna paint it in to bring out some of that, just to break it up, just to break up the picture and just to make it look a little bit more interesting, and give it some dimension. And then I'm gonna come up here and do a new one. And I'm going to do the same, but instead of making this row darker, I'm going to lighten it up just a little bit. Again, just to kind of draw your eye to it, but also to make the picture look a little interesting. I don't go overboard with this. You know, I don't want it to look unnatural or anything. So there we go, and then I will lighten that just a little bit like that. And because this is a road, I will do dehaze, so it kind of brings out that grit in the road. Now I'll open this up because, so there's that. And then if I hit the before and after, it's the original. That's what it looks like now. So you can see this kind of just looks flat. Like this whole picture kind of looks flat. And then just by, you know, making a few edits, it looks a little bit better now. All right, so there you guys go. This is not going to be the final edit of this picture. I just wanted to show you really how I shoot my panoramic pictures and then how I stitch them together in Lightroom. Again, this will work on Lightroom Classic, Lightroom CC. I always find that I get the best results if I shoot vertical pictures, but again, you don't have to. You can shoot horizontal pictures, and then always make sure you have a you know, what I call a bookend, so a beginning and a end picture, just to help you distinguish, you know, where your panoramic starts and finish. I hope this helped. If you've watched all the way to the end, please hit the like and subscribe button. I will be doing more tutorials like this in the future, so make sure you come on back if this is the kind of content that you like. Down below in the description, I will have a link to the finished picture here. You can also find it on my Flickr page, or you can find it on my website at kwame.me. Thank you as always for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Talk to you later. Bye bye.